Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. We continue our recitation from War Rag Maj Mahalla Pehla with the 20th Pauri, which is read as follows. Slok Mahalla Pehla. Nanak Gur Santokh Rukh, Dharam Phal Phal Gyan. नानक गुर संतोख रुख धर्म फुल फल ज्ञान रस रसया हरया सदा पक्कै कर्म ध्यान पत के साध खादा लह दाना के सिरदान महला पहला सुएने का बिरख पत परवाला फुल जवेहर लाल तित फल रतन लगे मुख पाखत हृदय हृदय निहाल नानक करम होवै मुख मस्तक लिखिया होवै लेख 68 तीर्थ गुर की चरणी पूजै सदा वसेख हंस हेत लोभ कोप चारे नदियाँ अग भवें टज्जै नानका तरिए करमी लग पौड़ी जीवन दया मर मार नो पछोताइयै झूठा एहो संसार किनी समझाइयै सच न तरे प्यार धंधे लाइयै काल बुरा खै काल सिर दुनियाइयै हुक्मी सिर जंदार मारे दाइयै आपे दे प्यार मने वसाइयै बहत न चसा विलम परियै पाइयै गुर प्रसादी बुझ सच समाइयै. The passage is packed with a lot of knowledge and needs to be considered with some care. So, at the very outset, the first two sloks are eulogies to the principle of the Gur, enlightener, wisdom, knowledge, and some of the qualities that it possesses which pass down to those who actually pay heed and attention to the Gur Enlightener. So Guru Nanak begins by saying, Nanak Gur Santokh Rukh. The Gur Enlightener is like a tree, Dharam Phul Phal Gyan, whose roots are contentment, whose flowers are right conduct, and whose fruit is knowledge, wisdom, phal gyan. And that phal is ras rasya. It is juicy, it is full, it's ripe. Its leaves, that is the teachings of the Guru, are evergreen, hariya sada. And the fruit of self-realization matures when one is led to the enlightener, pakke karam dhyan. So this is the effect of grace. If you are so graced, you will be led to the enlightener, and then self-realization will mature within the mind. And the taste of the master self, pat ke sad. Pat meaning husband in this context. It can also mean honor, but if you look at the context of this passage, it is the greatest gift of all. So that is the master self. Dana ke sirdan, pat ke sad is that enjoyment of self-realization, self-knowledge. And again, another analogy of the Gur being like a tree of gold, soine ka birk, with leaves of coral and pearls, and the fruits of jewels and rubies, full javehar lal, and that jewel of wisdom, tat phal ratan lage. Ratan refers in Gurbani pretty much to Nam, which is knowledge, wisdom of the self. So when spoken and imbibed, absorbed into the heart, what is it that we have to speak and imbibe? It's the wisdom of the Guru. Mukh vakhat hirday. So you first read, listen, absorb, imbibe, and digest. So when that process happens, hriday nihal, it reveals the vision of the self. And that is when you're overcome with awe and sage. So in the presence of grace is such wisdom transcribed on the mind. Nanak karam hove, mukh mastak likhya hove lekh. So when grace is present, then this wisdom of the Guru is actually inscribed on the mind through that process of listening, imbibing, absorbing, sunan, manan in other contexts. And the benefits of being under the tutorship of Gur wisdom, Gur ki charni, if performed with dedication, it contains all of the perceived benefits of 68 pilgrimages and all of the ritual and every kind of activity. It contains within this practice of Gur wisdom, of being aligned with Gur wisdom. And then here are the obstructions. There are 4 that are listed here. Hans, het, lob, kop, chare, nadiyan, ag. They are like streams of fire. And they are violence, hans from hinsa, attachment, het, which is love, attachment, lob, greed, and kop or krodh, anger, intolerance. And the Guru says, we destroy ourselves by falling into them. Pavetajye. We burn ourselves in these streams of fire. So Nanak's advice, if you want to swim across these fires unharmed, attach yourself to the grace of Gur wisdom. Manaka tariye karmi lag. And then in the Pauri, the message of Sikhi again being reiterated, Jeevaniya maramar, kill the ego while alive. Killing means overcoming it, because there's nothing physical to kill. So it means conquering, overcoming egoic tendencies. And then you will have no regrets. Na pachotaiye. And then the emphasis again, Chutha e sansar kin samjhaiye. Unreal is this world. But how does one explain this? Because it is very difficult to put this across. The world does seem very real. So when it says real and unreal, what is really being pointed at is that it is transitory. It is fleeting. Don't get caught in it. It is being caught in that cause and effect is what is bringing sorrow to you. And then the Guru nudges us and says, hey, look, you won't accept the truth, but you will pursue material objects with great determination. And Kal is Bura. Khay Kal. It's fierce. Kal Bura. Bura is generally translated as evil, bad. But one meaning of Kal of Bura is also one that is exhausted. So it seems to me that to say that time is limited or that time exhausts itself is perhaps closer to the context here. Kal Bura. In other words, we will run out of time. Khay Kal. And it hovers over our heads like a destructive force. Khay Kal. Khay, destruction. Kal. So it is limited, it exhausts itself, and it is always hovering over us, because Kal also means death. So the Creator has placed this killer time over our heads. Hukumi sir jandar. And what does it do? It kills unexpectedly, but with great certainty. So death is inevitable. Hukumi sir jandar mare daya. Certainly it'll happen. And wisdom is received by those who cultivate love for the self. a-sabad-a-day pyar man vasaya. When the cup is full, parya paya, not a moment is wasted. In other words, once the time comes, you're gone. It is through the grace of the Gur Enlightener, the discernment of the self and achievement of oneness is achieved. So essentially the Guru is telling us to develop one's intuition, to hear with intuition to grasp deeper levels and dimensions and meanings, and broadening of our nature, which is what overcoming ego is. It's to broaden our nature and perspective and bring self-realization. That is self-realization, because now you are articulating your own potential. And this is really the knowledge and the insight that the Gur is asking you to develop. With that thought, until the next time, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.